So it looks like we've got a little bit of surprising movie news. That's right. We're getting a follow-up, a sequel, that is, to the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And it sounds like it might be even sooner than we thought. So let's take a quick look. First and foremost, the sequel to the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Well, the story and status is well underway. After earning 397.3 million at the global box office, some believe this was enough to greenlight two more films to complete a trilogy under Ball's tutelage. This should not be surprising, as Ball confirmed with the direct that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes cost less than the previous three films. Of course it did, and it needed to. This comes out of Disney's version of 20th Century Fox, which is now just 20th Century Studios. And Ball, he just went ahead and gave us that update. In an interview with the Apes director, he directly teased the next film, saying that fans have just seen just the beginning of characters like Owen Teague's Noah, with the series' new central ape having been forever changed by the end of the film, and maybe learning not to trust humans. Not that they were particularly trustworthy here. It is going to be really fun to chart Noah. I'm really glad that people have fallen in love with Noah. Or if not, at least receptive people were at least intrigued by this character. I think you're seeing just the beginning of this guy and where he might go. We very intentionally kind of planted these seeds in his mind that will be important both for Proximus and for Raka and his friends and May. He was an innocent, naive character in the beginning, and then he is forever changed by the end of the movie and will go in places that will hopefully surprise everyone. Well, maybe. He directly pointed to the final shot of the film, which sees Noah looking up at the stars, positing that Noah had been thrust into a new chapter in his life that will be explored in potential future films. Well, we knew that was coming. Look at the last shot in the movie. There's a lot going on. We spent a lot of time talking about the last shot and the expressions on his face and what is happening there. It is important. He is changed. He is thrust into a new chapter in his life at the end of the movie. It will be super fun to explore what happens next. Additionally, he shared that right now, as a lot of the creative process involves daydreaming, as he's not a writer of an official script. However, he does write a script visually, and he has tons of artwork that already shows the vibe of the Kingdom sequel. And then he says, the truth is, like, if you're going to do another one, you got to do the third one too, because then you're talking trilogy. So the truth is, we really kind of need to figure out the beginning, the middle, and the end here, coming up with this trilogy. And I think once we all feel comfortable with that, then we'll start the process of, okay, when do we shoot it? How do we shoot it? And where do we shoot it? All of those are very good questions. Ball described the end of Kingdom as the beginning of the next movie, with the focus likely being on Noah and May, which makes sense, and how they've each changed each other. The ending is, strangely, it's less the end of our movie and more the beginning of the next one. We tried to find a nice, good closure of the story that we began, but there's literally a door that opens at the end to hopefully many, many more possibilities, and the relationship between May and Noah and how they've changed each other. It's going to be crucial moving forward as they kind of navigate the future together somehow. The direct goes on to speculate here and says that the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes sequel could explore a three-way conflict between smart humans, the Eagle Clan, and Caesar's kingdom. Well, all possibilities. Although Caesar seemed to have been rather defeated, there probably is going to be a rise of a successor. Meanwhile, the fragile truce between May and Noah seems short-lived, as May's true intentions remain hidden from Noah, and I have a feeling that's going to cause a fight. The revelation that May is one of many intelligent humans introduces another faction, potentially setting up a fierce struggle for dominance in the next film. There are also the overwhelming hints of the main characters looking at the stars, possibly teasing an adventure to space at some point in the trilogy. This would be a callback to the original Planet of the Apes films from the 60s and 70s, and I would love to see something like that. I'm sure you would too. As far as unknown character returns, no bodies were shown for Proximus, Caesar, or Raqqa, leaving room for the potential return of actors Kevin Durand and Peter McCone, respectively. I'm not sure that the audience is necessarily desiring to see that. What I think they want to see is an advancement in the story. I think you'll have to separate the end of the first one and the potential second one that seems to be all but green lit at this point. In fact, I would say sounds like it's green lit. By just a few years, maybe. I think you want to give it some distance. Let both build up their intellects. Let both of them build up their innovation, and let both of them move forward and evolve, which is what I think all of these trilogy of films is going to lead up to. Another jump forward. It's kind of reminiscent of what we're struggling through today. How are we going to move forward? I think these films, this trilogy of films, can basically speak to what the artist might think. The people that are developing the film, whether or not it's somewhat progressively minded or it's more logically minded, I think we'll find out soon enough. Overall, you can count me on the list of people that really wasn't all that interested in this film until I saw it. And I walked away from the film being impressed with the visuals and the ability that was shown for the CGI animals. I was also impressed with the idea of subtle storytelling, but a little turned off by the idea that, of course, it was for a modern audience. And if you want to deny that, go ahead. Ultimately, it comes down to money, and at a film that nearly made $400 million on a less than $100 million budget, reportedly, this film seemed to make more fiscal sense than most. And the fact that it may have actually made a profit really does point to the fact that you can make a lower budget film and still make pretty impressive figures on the back end. But I ask you, first of all, were you impressed with this most recent entry? And would you be excited to get another film, or possibly two, if they both do well? I think we can become more excited when we actually hear that the production is moving forward, and I'll be happy to report that to you right here. As always, just a quick reminder, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. And whether you're here for the first time or the 1,000th, do hit the subscribe button if you haven't, because it honestly makes all the difference in my growth rate and my appearance in your feeds. Also, if you wouldn't mind, watch another one of my videos right after this one, because it does make a difference in whether or not these get recommended to you. And while you're down there doing all of that, make sure you turn on notifications, hit the like button, and share things around, because it does help as well. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.